It was weird. The whole thing, I got the heebie-jeebies, and I, but before I get ahead of myself, let me start from the beginning. We were on a 1,500-mile road trip through the Balkans. We'd already been to Split, Dubrovnik, and Mostar. We were headed from Mostar into Serbia, and I kind of knew from the backstory of the Yugoslavian wars and the friend that I was traveling with that America had bombed Serbia's capital. So I knew we probably wouldn't be well received. I am a person, though, that likes to look at the positive in everything, and especially when I'm traveling, and just try to be kind and make the best of it. This was really hard. So we were traveling through this national park, and it was so beautiful, but there's so much garbage on the roads, which kind of always gets to me because I just think people are lazy. Like, pick up your stuff. As we were driving through the countryside, I will admit it was beautiful beyond the garbage, and the colors were changing because we were there in October. It was so beautiful. The wind was going. I mean, it was just really such a peaceful, gorgeous drive that we couldn't help just keep stopping and taking photos and video. We stopped to get some gas, and it was one of the few gas stations that actually had something to eat, that was a sit-down restaurant right next to this beautiful river and bridge. I was already so tired from driving so long. The food wasn't spectacular, but it was edible, and then we were back on the road. We've driven for about 2 hours now through a national park. It was just beautiful. As we approached the Serbian border, I was a little nervous because we'd been through so many countries, and I didn't know what they'd think about that. We just arrived at the border of Serbia from Bosnia. There's quite a line, and a few policemen showed up. I'm not going to videotape this because I don't want to get arrested, but we're almost there. 15 minutes across the border, and you're in Drvengrad and can cross another country off your list. Getting across the border was pretty seamless, and we arrived in Drvengrad. The town is actually really cute with these wooden houses, and the sun was setting, so it was a perfect time for golden hour. Welcome to Drvengrad. So we're just getting checked into our little hotel here. The border crossing was fairly easy. It only took around 15, maybe just under 20 minutes. They just want to know where you're going. They're not going to speak English. You just tell them where you're going and you proceed. Once you get across the Serbian border, it does cost about €2 as far as a tax, and then just make sure that you have some cash on hand if there's anything that you want to buy in this little tiny city. We get there, and the receptionist staff, and maybe they were just having a bad day, maybe it was the end of the day, I don't know, but it was like one of those conversations where it's totally one-sided positivity, where you're like, how was your day? And, oh, we're just checking in, and oh, I bet you love working here, you know, that sort of positive talk. And you get met with, yeah. It felt so awkward. So I was like, all right, whatever, you know, I'm just gonna go enjoy my trip and kind of explore this little town. I get checked into my hotel room, and somebody else's suitcases are already in there. So we had to go back. We ended up just moving the suitcases out of the room ourselves, and then the room was actually really nice. You could control the temperature, open the windows for that fresh breeze. They had some cozy blankets and some heated tile floors in the bathroom with a rainfall shower. I was very impressed with the room. They also had these herbal infused candles or soaps or something with this book in Cyrillic about all the medicinal properties of the plants in the area. The little town that they built for this movie was so cute. There were these little wooden shops, these colorful buildings. They had alleyways named after the famous actors in the movie, as well as famous producers. There was a children's play area and lots of stairs that there are no ramps for your suitcases. It's really fun because you can hear them playing the music and some of the scenes from Life is a Miracle. This is a really cute city. And then you walk by this one building and you see George Bush behind bars. It was so bizarre. I was like, okay, well, it's just a movie set. There was a Serbian Orthodox church that had such detailed mosaics on it. It really was pretty. It was so quiet and peaceful up here in the mountains with the sun setting, and just getting out of the car to be able to look at these old cars from the film. It really was just nice to stretch my legs and be in this little town that I had imagined and seen so many times on the internet. After that, we headed over to dinner. We went to dinner, and I was really open-minded, but this is how dinner went. There are a lot of stray dogs in Drvengrad, and the servers said that they can get quite aggressive and are full of disease, so don't feed them or hug them like I wanted to. So we're just down here at dinner at Visconti restaurant. They do have a selection of pastas and burgers and fish, pastries, pizza, and salads. The vegetarian items here are a little on the sparse side. Their drink menu is quite varied as well, but I decided, because we're in the mountains, it's a little cold this evening, I'm gonna treat myself to a little pear brandy. But look how cute this is. Cheers. No. No. Oh, never tried brandy before, but nope. Never again. Nope.
As pear gasoline.
Pear, that's what you thought of the,
Oh, that's what
your
it is.
eyes are watering.
Yeah, I have had ouzo. I feel like 100 proof liquor. That is gasoline.
So I got the carbonara pasta, and I forgot to take a video of how pretty it looked before I dug into it, but let's just say the menu is edible, but you might want to stop before you come here. The food was so salty. It almost tasted like they put a quarter cup of salt in my dish. I was just kind of feeling a little, the low energy, the bad energy was, and the heebie-jeebies were kind of getting to me. I was like, all right, we just have to stay here overnight, and then we're moving on to our next place. So I was off to bed for me for an early start the next morning. Good morning. We are just getting our stuff together, and we will be hitting the road. We're headed out to Tara Bridge and Plav Lake. It's a little early, and I need my coffee. And then Plav Lake is kind of a go-between in Montenegro as we head to North Macedonia. So we're just getting our stuff, getting the car, getting breakfast, and we'll be on the road again. We go to breakfast, and I was like, all right, today's going to be a great day. We're leaving Drvengrad, and even at breakfast, like, you just get these, and I don't know if it was cold stares or curious stares. It's always hard to know, especially when you're videotaping yourself, if people are like agitated with you, like about ready to film you and put you on Influencers in the Wild, or if they're just curious because like there are 3 girls here are in the outskirts of Serbia at a movie set that isn't even in English. It's very much a movie for that region, and they know the movie. Breakfast was actually really good. There were a lot of different juices, teas, coffee choices, and then full plates of meats, vegetables, breads, cheeses, eggs, anything that you could want for breakfast. So we go to breakfast, we kind of are getting these weird / curious vibes there too. And a Canadian couple comes up and they were starting to talk to us. And I asked them, I was like, how's the reception been for you guys? And they're like, we thought it was just us. So I wanted to just put kind of this disclaimer within this video that, there's a reason that there might be some bad juju, bad vibes coming towards Americans if you visit, especially in the outskirts of Serbia like we were in. If you do visit, it is a very cute town. It's really idyllic. There's so much to do there, like hiking and horseback riding, and even in the winter they have skiing and they have big film festivals there, like Johnny Depp has been there, and the guy who was the director and producer for Life is a Miracle actually lives in Drvengrad. I think if I would have skipped the food and taken part in some of the other amenities like the pool, the exercise area, the spa, the salt room, something like that, I would have had a much better time because it is very easy to be able to avoid people. You can go to the theater, there's basketball courts, tennis courts, but we were on our way out and so had to pick up and leave pretty quick. So I do still think it's worth a visit if you wanted to cross Serbia off your list. This is a perfect off the beaten path place that you can go and visit. Just be prepared if you're American to kind of get some of those curious / weird looks.